I'm not saying I've been watching Star Wars movies non-stop for the last month. I'm just not saying that. That may have, well, inspired this video. Hey everyone, I'm Nick in the States, and first off, if you're new to the channel, this is a spot where we normally talk about interesting, inexpensive guitars, gear, things like that, celebrate the good that may be in the cheaper aisle of the guitar store, and try and find neat upgrades, things like that. If you like the channel, feel free to subscribe, comment, do everything. It's a fun community. But today we're doing something a little bit different, so hopefully it doesn't scare anyone off. Also, hopefully there won't be any outright spoilers here for any Star Wars related thing, but I want to make sure that you're warned in case a joke pops in or whatnot that any of the new movies might have suggestive stuff. I just won't give anything away, but you can probably do some math. With that said, today I want to talk about what kind of guitars would certain characters in the Star Wars universe be. If you were to imagine them as a guitar from an existing one that goes out there today, I've tried to lay out what they might be, whether it was like Luke or Han or even some of the new ones like Kylo and Rey, things like that. Which guitar would most match up to either their aesthetic, what they were about, attitudes. Yeah, I've got some free time of lately actually just been wandering the brain, and this is what inspired me. It's kind of a scary thing, right? So let's get started, and we'll start with probably, you know, the big daddy, literally, Darth Vader. What would Vader's guitar be? And I've actually thought about this a lot, and I keep coming back to a 3-pickup Gibson Les Paul Black Beauty with black pickups and black pickup rings and something like this. Just seems to have the presence, both the elegance and strength of kind of the Les Paul line, the penultimate of that kind of thing. Whereas like Obi Wan Kenobi might be something like a 52 Telecaster. Simple at first, unadorned, whatever, but the more you see him, the more you play one of those guitars, you realize all of the capabilities that are there, kind of hiding beneath the surface, and I think it kind of has a Jedi aesthetic of minimalism and nothing too bling about it, right? If that's the case, Luke Skywalker presents actually a challenge because we've seen him throughout the trilogy and other stuff evolve a bunch. So I think, fittingly, if Darth Vader's Les Paul custom, Luke probably came into the world as a Les Paul Jr., maybe in TV yellow for his flowing blonde locks in the early movies. And then maybe like by Jedi and his black robes and stuff, he's something like a 70s Les Paul Deluxe with too many humbuckers because it still doesn't quite have the gravity of, you know, Darth Vader or something like that, but also plays into a fun little narrative that perhaps by the end of it, when he's in the Last Jedi, the final movie, he's more like Neil Young's Old Black, where he took that and kind of been beat up in mileage and things have been swapped. Metal hand, P90 pickup, things like that. See, it just works. I'm a nerd. And that's how I think that perhaps that is Luke's guitar path as you go through there. Next, the interesting ones was C-3PO. I went back and forth and tried to find something different, but really he's just a 52 Les Paul Gold Top. He's gold. It's gold. It's simple. It's old. And here's the deal. Anakin built C-3PO. So therefore, it can be a Les Paul following that familial line. Yes, I'm a dork. I'm a total dork. By the way, that falls down later, but don't worry. Stick with me on this one. I hope people are still here and don't think I've completely lost my brain. Next, we go to R2-D2. And originally for R2-D2, I was like, oh, maybe one of those aluminum Strats with like an anodized blue pickguard and stuff, and that would look really cool. And then I thought, I kind of want to build one of those. So I also couldn't find a great picture of one of those. But really, maybe R2-D2 is more like a dobro. It's all metal, it's kind of spherical, it kind of looks like that. And you could kind of see like a P90 equipped Les Paul Gold Top in a band next to a guy playing a dobro. Right? And those two guys are kind of the partners, the 3PO and R2-D2. So, that's that. Then you get to Han Solo. What would Solo be? Solo's got mileage. Solo's been places. He's seen things. He's a little dirty. He's a little dusty. He's, you know, he's a hot-rodded, full-on relic, but real, aged, worn, roached out Stratocaster, right? With probably an original PAF pickup swapped in the bridge there, and just some cigarette stains and burns and something like this, because that's Han Solo. He's got mileage. You know, still amazing, capable, whatever, but, you know, He's rough around the edges. Next, and this one was the hard one. The hardest one of the original characters that we've all known and loved. What would Lando be? And I went back and forth with this, and all I can think of is a cool Gibson ES-175 with a Charlie Christian pickup. Probably one of the smoothest looking thing. Just has that style. Lando is all about the presentation, the clothes, the place, the cleanliness, and it's all that kind of stuff. And I think an ES-175 is just a smooth thing that he could be. A close second there might be like, you know, a Chuck Berry style or a black Gibson ES-355, where it's just all smooth and black and dark and smooth. I like black guitars. I think they just look classy. It's like the tuxedo guitar. And when you look at Lando, he's like the tuxedo dude of this very dirty, filthy space opera. So that's kind of all of those things. Now, here's for the new trilogy that we've got. The interesting ones that I kind of like are Rey, right? The new protagonist. I think she's got to be like a natural Paul Reed Smith with a 10-top flame top, because she's attractive but powerful but capable but cool but a very beautiful, pretty guitar. For Kylo Ren, this one's great because he's angsty. He's dark. He's I think he's an EVH model stealth with a matte black finish, you know, and a big scale and high output pickups and some sort of tremolo bridge so he can lose his brains, right? Like, that's Kylo. Unfortunately, there's no, like, because he's from the legacy of Skywalkers, there's no, like, tie into a Gibson Les Paul there. But there's sort of the fact that EVH Stealth is now made by Fender, and his dad, Han Solo, would be a Fender Hot Rod Strat. So, right? Maybe? BB-8 that's a hard one, and I kept going back around. He's fun and he's little. So, you might have remembered, if you watched Steve from Boston's videos, he has that little mini Lotus Les Paul. This, actually, I think there's a picture of me wailing out on it. And the colors even kind of work for, you know, that's maybe BB-8. Maybe one of those little guys. Still fully capable, but just small, and you can take him with you wherever you go across the galaxy. Finally, and this is sort of the inside thing. Sorry for this if you haven't seen the movie. Hopefully you don't figure out the joke. But this is Snoke from The Last Jedi, and this is the guitar. This is the old log from Les Paul's. And maybe, you know, maybe there's some reason why that guitar is in two pieces. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you'll have to see on that one. Anyway, yes, I've lost my brain. It's nice to put out a video again. I haven't put out one in a little while. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little tour through Guitardom, through Star Warsdom, through my insane brain. Yes, I've been Nick in the Stakes, folks. I indeed have issues. Take care.
Trooper 8675309 to base.
Go ahead, 5309.
Base, we have some intruders here who haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Shall I detain them?
5309, subject them to 2 options for more videos.
Good call, Base. That should bring them around.